and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we get a motion to approve the minutes from the March 17th, 2026 regular meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Any changes on the personnel?
No.
We get a motion to approve personnel recommendations as presented.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Financial reports.
A few larger things kind of in this month, one of them being the Apple lease. And so we talked about those a couple months ago when you guys approved it. And so that's kind of that first payment for this first year. And remember, we're only doing 2 years on that. So the good thing is this lease will be up, next year. They could put on there June 15th of 2027. So you're only gonna see 2 payments of those opposed to in the past. There's been 4. Cleaning supplies, we did some security cameras, we needed to add some there in some hallways and stairwells in the high school. And then there were just several that needed to be added in the middle school, but now obviously using that at its full capacity. Fuel, and then the other one, and Kelly emailed you guys about it, was just the pool heater pump went out, had to be replaced. There's no way around it, and so that was quite a large purchase there, but that pump itself was not cheap, so that was a lot of what that cost was. So, and we did get a couple quotes for that, the other being J&K, who we use frequently here for stuff, and Davis came in lower, so. Other than that, that's it. Again, no fund transfer, just like last month. We're pretty good where we're sitting, so still kind of evaluating that. Until I feel like we need to, we won't do it.
Quick question, the COPS grant that we get, does that cover the cameras too, or is that just the, like window screens and stuff like that?
Not
that it matters, I'm just.
Right, no. To answer the question, the COPS grant would have covered the security cameras, but the COPS grant is done.
Gotcha.
And so we weren't able to use it for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah, so happened to, and this was part of, we had another bill, I think was in last month, because the total project was around 70. And so we had to use capital projects funds for this because COPS grant is done. But we've been fortunate enough over the last few years with the COPS grant doing some of them updates that would have come out of capital projects.
Another question, on Beck's speech therapy, it's a reoccurring one, and I know we're trying to get one. What's the likelihood of us, is there even
We've had that position, has remained posted
I
for
know.
a full calendar year now, nothing.
Is it just a shortage and
Yeah.
staff out there?
Yep. Yeah, if you know somebody going to school, not sure what to get into, speech therapy.
Jacqueline's
Yeah.
speech therapy,
There you go.
yeah.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
All right, can I get a motion to approve payroll and vendor claims in the amount of $1,546,998.20?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Wellness plan.
This is our second reading for the wellness plan. I had brought that to you actually 2 months ago because the board needed to see it and give approval as part of our food service department audit, just to make sure that we're giving it attention and updating it in a kind of a usual basis. And then we didn't bring it last month because I need to do some updates on it and some cleaning up, verbiage and editing, and I passed that to Sheila, and we're both happy with it. So I don't know if anybody had any other questions about the wellness plan. just needs approval.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the wellness plan as presented?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Diligent board management.
Yeah, we brought that up a month ago, you guys had requested, asked about that, and so we put that on Carly's plate, and she did a webinar with the company, came back and reported to us, and $3,000, if it meets what you guys are hoping to accomplish, we're happy with it, we think it would be a positive.
Yeah, Carly had, once she went through that webinar and everything, she had, positive things to say and liked how it would
Yeah,
work and operate.
So is this essentially the same as what I had asked about for docs?
It is, yes. This is
it's for
just,
docs.
it's board docs,
It's their,
this is
it's
the
what
company.
this particular offshoot of that company is. Yeah,
That's an annual 3,000, right?
yes.
Yes.
Unlimited users or whatever, or just administration, or?
Yeah, it would be unlimited, it would fully meet all of our needs as far as board and administration and everything Carly needs to do to house all this and
And the public.
keep us compliant and the public.
Public.
Yep,
See the agendas, the minutes.
that's right. Yep,
Posting.
So it'd be basically like the school SharePoint site, basically, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
similar to meeting management, agenda builder, minutes management, live meeting presentation mode, so we may have to, if we tie it all together, we might be doing something different with this, or it ties together.
Does that connect to the website well, or how does
Yes.
that? Okay,
Yeah, there are a lot of schools that use this product,
okay.
so.
So the reason I had asked, and I stepped in here the other day when I was looking for you. I think what Carly explained to me, then that does away with her emailing our
Correct.
personal email.
With
Or-
documents that might get too big and then are difficult to
Or
access.
just having them forever.
Or just have-
That too,
Yeah.
yeah, it would.
So we would
eliminate
log
that.
on to that to see everything
Yeah.
that is on here.
Yeah, you would have a
We have our
username,
own,
password. Yep,
And then when, when you guys come off or decide to come off, and then that username gets deactivated or transferred, and then,
yeah,
we have no more access to.
correct.
I'm guessing there's no historical transfer or anything like that. How do you do that?
But that, I don't see that listed, I don't know if Carly asked that question.
Like a dump of the old.
Right, a migration from what we currently have
Essentially, what
digitally.
you're trying to retain is the documentation, so
Right.
it's kind of hard to build a history from today.
Right, we'd have to ask about that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure she probably saves the packets in a file. on the
Yeah, she
computer,
has all
So
the
she could.
packets.
I'm
I would
assuming,
venture to say
I don't
you
know
could
how it works,
transfer
that's a
it
good
over.
question though.
could upload.
To have value on
Into
that, it'd be
it,
nice
yeah.
to have the history there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, especially for like you guys, Cameron, you guys have been on for a few years now. You guys be able to go back those few years and say, oh, what happened 2 years ago or whatever, then.
Just, is there any search capabilities on that? Cause I was looking at some stuff, basically on the science rooms. Unfortunately, I missed that meeting. So I was trying to find some information on that, I couldn't find it. Actually, I was just trying to find the time.
this is the same
That's all I was
company as
looking
our policy, right? The same,
Oh, that I'm not sure about.
that,
I think I remember, I used that someplace, I don't remember, I'm trying to think where I did. I was involved with
I
that.
believe it's searchable, but again, I would have to want to confirm that. I would really think it would have to be.
If it's like a SharePoint, I think it's like a school SharePoint site, basically,
Okay.
dump. I would venture to say it's anything like that normally, it
One would think it would be, I just.
should be searchable.
So yeah, based on, and then I know David's not here, but he had agreed with Doug, when this was brought up and discussed, that he thought it was favorable to him too. That housing of the information, so.
me being where I'm at, the only comment I have is web access. You have to have web access to get to it. I mean, right now, I just put it on, I got a file for it, I put it in there, I got my little organized, I got it by year and subject matter and so on, so I can go to it anytime.
Mhm.
Like, right now, I'm not on the web. So that would be my only negative, not that, you just have to get web access to get to it.
I would venture to say you would have to, especially if it's gonna be open.
I think so, yeah.
Well, I understand
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
right now, I can get to it anytime.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
If your
Yeah,
application.
do we have
be
you
able
on
to get
web
to it.
access now? Like here, or do we have you at?
I have not logged
accessing?
on. I assume I could, but I
Yeah.
didn't log on it now.
Okay.
Okay, so you gotta find out a couple more things.
Yeah, I can find out, the two things I wrote down is it searchable as a database? I would think so. And can what we currently have in digital format be migrated into this new system? I can find those out.
And I'm just assuming, since I download and then print off the agenda items here, that I could still do that.
I would imagine so. Number 3. Downloadable.
Yeah, cause honestly, the downloadable, that would solve Sunny's
Yeah.
web access problem.
Right.
And if you can download it onto your computer, then it's
I
just
came
like,
over, that's a good point.
That's
Just
just
now,
like
you
what
gotta
you're
do a
doing
copy of it.
Yeah.
So I'll find out on those 3 things.
I don't know, are any of those showstoppers? I don't see what we would be able to vote on. I mean, are those showstoppers
Not,
or, I mean, should we
those are
just
just
vote on it?
questions,
I'm asking.
they're not showstoppers for me. What I mean is. It's more.
We can table it and wait for the next meeting to get our answers, or we can go ahead and he'll have the answers and we'll navigate our way through it. Maybe
But either-
Carly can give us a presentation. We can
Yeah, they'll have to train us.
beg her to
Yeah,
come and,
or she will train us, one or the other.
is everybody good?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the diligent board management as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll go ahead.
I'll say.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Transfer of real property.
So this is what we talked about last month. It's the town sidewalk project that they're doing, and so you guys had talked about it, you guys had those couple questions. The town, Joe Lezick and them got back to us with that email, we forwarded that on to you, so we just need to approve
Did you guys
the,
get to read the message? It wasn't a lot of information, but it succinctly kind of gives us the idea.
Basically, they were doing this,
I don't remember that.
yeah, I think it was like the end of
Yeah,
should have been,
February.
no, it should have been a couple weeks ago.
it was a while back. Yeah, it was shortly after our last meeting.
The one I
The
seen.
email?
Yes.
The one I seen was about the town doing like a study or something for the sidewalks.
No, this one was directly from, Andrew emailed me, and Joe was on there, and then
Let me,
it was from
what?
legal
Okay.
counsel.
It was from Joe. I'm sure I did, because I looked it up.
I don't remember.
Joe was it?
You say just a week or two ago?
General sidewalk information.
That's it right there.
Looks like I
I
did
know I
not
have.
bounce it.
Cause I was just looking through some other emails for stuff.
Maybe I did not. I thought that I did. Let me read it to you real quick. I'm sorry, my apologies for that. Here's what we got, and basically it's from the town attorney, Justin Schramm, back to Joe. I really thought I had forwarded that. Joe, generally speaking, municipalities have a duty to exercise reasonable care and diligence in maintaining public sidewalks in a reasonably safe condition for travel. This duty is rooted in common law and codified under the Indiana Tort Claims Act. However, municipal liability is significantly limited in cases involving slip and fall injuries. Gave an example. municipalities such as Town of NJ are generally not liable for injuries caused by the natural accumulation of snow and ice on sidewalks. There is a good bit of case law to support this general proposition. Temporary conditions caused by weather, that's in quotes, is a carve-out under this Indiana code with regard to injuries occurring due to weather-related events on public thoroughfares. Most common example being, again, accumulation of snow or ice. There are exceptions, of course, such as when the unit of government affirmatively causes the injury, that's different. Hopefully this provides some direction. So that was the extent of what we received back from our inquiries.
Essentially on the liability end of it though, if we transfer it over to them, they own it, nobody can slip on the sidewalk and sue us anyhow.
Right.
Because we would have a document
Right.
stating that we don't even own that.
Yeah.
So
And as far as how we go about our business on and near campus, we try to fix our stuff as best we can. Again, I read this that we're under the same somewhat limited veil of protection as far as that slip and fall carve out as a government entity. We do a good, if it's road property, but we still need to hit it, we're gonna do that, whatever makes the campus area safer. So that sort of thing, that's how we treat the sidewalks as well.
So there was something so you had sent on 311, it was with the town in regards to this, about the legal descriptions, and then something about the USI consultant was gonna
Okay, so
get
that's what we went through when you weren't here last
Okay,
month.
right,
That was last month, yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so there was
And
supposed to
that's
be
what
something else
produced-
to that then?
Well, that produced questions that we had,
Okay.
so we
thank you.
tabled it that night,
Okay,
and that was, what I just read was the extent of the answer that we
Basically
got
about
back.
liability and maintenance, let's say it cracks or breaks or buckles.
Well,
should be on the,
snow
should be
shooting
on
and
this,
stuff.
should be on the town, I would think.
Well,
Well, that's what they say.
Right, and we feel comfortable with that because the example that I have in my mind, and I think Dalton agrees with me, every time they have to access the water area in the front of the elementary school, they have to bust up that one section of concrete, they always repair it.
Let's, that's a complaint I have because in town has a street sidewalk program that they run through where you go through, it's just like their paving projects where you repave a street, it's the same for sidewalks and curbs. If, the maintenance, if grass is growing or weed whacking, yeah, it's on the resident, but to remove, like install and replace, it's usually on the municipality, so
Yeah.
I don't.
So that's my understanding,
Like
that
the
this would
cracking
be
and
the same.
stuff, it should be on them to fix, and then,
That we as the residents would be getting the snow off,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, but I don't think, is there anything that says we have to get the snow off? I don't think there is there?
Well, I would answer it this way, just from,
Other than getting our kids to school, if they're gonna be walking
yeah,
Right.
somewhere and wanna use that coming up, whatever that street is on the other side of me. Coming up
Division.
there, Division coming up, coming to the school.
I mean, our guys might not be going down the full length of, or the
No,
full
but at
length,
least
but
in front of the school.
yeah, once we get close to school, we're gonna do that. And the only other thing I would add to that is that we're limited in the amount of people we have, but we still have more than what the town has accessible to them as well.
Well, I think
So-
if we take reasonable care and we
Yeah.
salt the places that need to be salted, I mean, if you expect children to come to school every day, then they have to have safe access to our
Correct.
school.
I agree with that.
Where they.
So we're already doing that.
It goes right in front.
Oh, so like the grass,
South side.
Yeah, so
grass area there.
the couple spots are from this sidewalk that way
To the park.
to the stop sign in front of Kelly's house. And then if you go this way, the long one, and then it curves up to start going to the elementary,
They'll carry it across.
they'll go straight with
We'll
it.
level that out.
So that culvert, they'll build that up, and then there'll be one that goes straight across, and then like Doug just said, it'll go from basically that light pole down there in front of the football field entrance, straight all the way down to Division, and then go up Division.
All the way to the highway, right?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Everybody good? questions answered? Okay, so all I need then is a motion to approve resolution for transfer of real property as presented.
I'll make that motion.
I thought I was gonna die for no motion.
I wasn't here at the meeting, but I'll second, because I think it sounds like a good thing anyway.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Open swim proposal.
This is the same summertime swim proposal that Marianne always puts through and just gets board approval going into each summer.
Okay. Get a motion to approve open swimming proposal.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Monetary donations.
Yeah, so we have several here this time. Good to Go Oil, like they always do, this time for baseball, just because it's baseball season. Softball was last month, I think, if I remember correctly. Northern Indiana Community Foundation, they had the Family Fun Bike and Run, that would have been last Friday the 17th. So Stark County Community Fund, they donated $2,000 for that. Community-wide Federal Credit Union gave $2,000 to Lady Jays basketball. And then this one wasn't in your guys' packet. Robin just brought this up to me today, so I want to get it in here. But Cheryl Lynn Welter Family Charitable Foundation donated to 4 teachers total were in it, each getting different amounts, but that total was $1,683.16. So.
That's to the teachers for their classroom.
Yeah, yep, different teachers for different supplies and everything that they need, so.
Just curious, do they determine which teacher, or is that something we do?
Yeah, so the teacher applies
Oh, okay.
for it.
Yeah. Yeah, Harold's program, he's out in probably 30 to 40 school systems now. And each cycle, they send out applications and they're giving these little micro grants out, but they're growing. They're not as
Right,
micro as
yeah.
they used to be.
Yep, and I got it here, I can give it to you. So Whitney Trustee got $600, Darian Basewick got $600, Jane Halverson got $308.16, that's where that came from, and Olivia Rudish got $175, so.
And they'll use that for, it could be things for their classroom, it could be to help fund a field trip, it's all over the gamut.
Comfort closet, we've done
Yeah.
that several times.
Guidance counselors will
Yep,
outfit their comfort closets, things that students might need.
The family bike and run thing, actually, it sounds like was a pretty good little hit.
It was pretty cool.
I wasn't here, but they did it, so.
Okay, good. You guys were there?
I thought it was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they did a good job with that. They had two BMX stunt guys, and they set up in the parking lot and and then it was a anti-bullying, character building message in between all their stunts, and so
Very good.
it was a good night. The weather cooperated.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the monetary donations as presented?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May board meeting date change.
Yeah, we brought this up to move one way or the other, and I think the consensus was to move from the 19th up to the 12th, if we are still comfortable with that. The reason being, Cameron, we have our skills center graduations that night, and Linda Lewandowski asked me if I'd be the guest speaker for it on the 19th, so that's the reason for the date change.
Does that present any problems for you? And
no, to answer your question, I'm glad you brought that up too, because it doesn't pose any problems, but what you're gonna see now is you're gonna see a closer gap in financials from now to then, and then you're gonna see just a slight longer gap from May to June, because the June meeting this year, where normally like in the 20s, like 20 and 21st, it's actually a week kind of earlier, so it's like 16th, 17th, if I remember. So that'll be fine, but you're gonna see a shorter gap between now and then, so smaller financials.
So everybody was good with the 12th?
That's fine.
Okay, can I get a motion then to?
That means we're gonna have a larger than normal financials in June, then, is that correct?
Maybe.
Maybe
A
slightly,
little bit, yeah.
but your normal time from like May,
I think June's like a 5-week month, so like what he was saying is I think it slides up, so it's not, it might be like a week.
so June 16th is the board meeting. So you have your typical month-ish basically, so it's not gonna be super inflated. Where if it would have been like June 21st, then it would have been a larger financial month.
Okay, so can I get a motion to approve moving the May board meeting to May the 12th? At 6 p.m.
I'll make the motion.
Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 12, okay. Student Activity Center.
Our big single discussion item tonight, we've been at this for a while. We started talking about it a little bit earlier, but after our last meeting, I had a phone conversation with Don, Dunk, and myself. I talked that through. I let the dust settle in time and talked to Dalton some. And then last week, I had Dalton and Nick come and sit with me, and we conference called with Don one more time as we went into the weekend last week. And he said, I'm working on producing this document for you. We bounced that over the weekend, and this was the finished product. So in Dalton's office on Thursday, myself and Dalton and Nick, we're of the mindset, and I'm gonna turn it over and let you guys discuss this. We're feeling like this is a dying idea at this stage. So, but balls in your court.
What was that rough amount he gave?
500.
572, I've got the email pulled up. So what he did, he's
572.
in the conversations with him, he's again still says he feels like he's got solid information from Milmar and
Jaguar or
the other one,
FBI,
Morton. Milmar and Morton. So he's working back and pulling out what's not needed, but that's where he's still zeroing in on if it's gonna be done right, where we want it to sit, to function the way that we would want it to function. It needs to look presentable in that setting. So all of these factors still keep holding that price per square foot up there. And I had South Central come and visit us, their superintendent, transportation director, SRO. They brought a group over because they wanted to see our bus garage. They're thinking of building a bus garage. And so while I had him, I said, well, our group may want to come and see your activity center at any time. So that's one we could go see. But I asked him while we were standing here in this building, can you remember what you spent for that? And so he worked off, he got his phone out, calculator. He said right at $230 a square foot for their activity center. So for everything we're trying, I'm feeling like these numbers are pretty solid, and we grow less.
I just still struggle with some of that, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah,
The number I saw, it's nothing special, right? We were just going with a basic building with a basic furnaces and exposed ductwork. I
and
struggle with the fact that that's $120,000, I just struggle with it.
yeah,
For 4,200 square feet, that's a home.
Mhm.
You can do a heating and air conditioning system in a home for 20 grand. I just struggle with some of the numbers still, I don't.
I know, and I figured we would, because we've been struggling with the numbers for a couple of years now.
I think it would behoove us to go look at South Central. Go look at,
Sure.
did Tri-Township, did they build one too, or something similar?
Yeah, and that's what he references in this
That,
email,
But,
because he was on that project as
if I'm
well.
not mistaken, and not that I really wanna drive all the way to Triton, but I'm pretty sure Triton built one
Mhm.
as well, and I think we need to go look at it and see and come up with, hey, this is really what we're wanting to do.
Mhm.
We look and see how these other schools have kinda, worked with the money or whatever and to get something aesthetic. Where we're not just building another pole barn. I mean, that's my biggest, I just don't wanna build a pole barn to build a pole barn. Like that,
Now, I agree with that, because I don't either. And my whole thought process on this is, again, if it were possible, it would accomplish freeing up those rooms in that ag hallway, which would be beneficial. Is it make or break at the moment? I can't say that. But would it be beneficial with all this other stuff, robotics and carts and drones, and it would be nice. It'd be very nice. But I was hoping to be able to build this and have money left to move in some newer equipment as well.
right,
And that's not looking at all possible, because at the end of the day, from a budgetary standpoint, 500,000,
That's it, I mean, that's the thing, that's what you're working with.
if at the end of the day, it takes that to get us 3,000 square feet, and we got nothing left to put any new equipment in,
there's really no purpose.
I'm not seeing it. And I haven't been in Triton's, but I think that's even more of an actual field house
No.
than South Central's.
It is, I was talking to
Yeah.
a friend of mine, and it's one of those things, if I'm not mistaken, don't hold me to this, but I think they charge, like it's open to the public from X time to X time.
Sure.
I believe there's a small fee
Yeah.
that they have to pay, which also helps to cover equipment maintenance, treadmill breaks or whatever.
Yeah.
Weight machine goes down, it helps to offset that, but it is open to the public from after school, which I'm just saying 5 to 9 or something
Yeah.
like that. It's open to the public, so.
And where I was going with that, with the Triton building, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking by now, that's probably already 10 years
It very well could be.
old. So that happened back before the steady climb
The slope.
I wasn't sure.
straight
I
up
wasn't sure
on cost.
I wasn't sure when theirs was
I'm
built, but
certain it was, that was done pre-COVID,
was it?
and so.
I'm not sure.
How much of a basic building has he pulled out? I mean, how basic is it?
4 walls and I think
And then
16,
restrooms,
16 or 20.
Did you get to read that, what he
I
said?
glanced at it, but.
well,
Yeah.
I can.
It wasn't anything real special.
No, it's
No.
literally, it's 4 walls and a 20-foot ceiling, I think.
A couple of doors and a window or so.
12 foot.
12 foot ceiling.
See, and that's the other thing too, is I feel like if we're gonna do an activity center, it needs to be big enough that if you put in a makeshift basketball hoop,
Yeah.
you can't do it on a 12-foot ceiling.
So, our problem, we talk about, we'll go, I think we should go, those would be 2 great facilities to see. Because South Central, they had a debt line that circled back to them, let's say 3 years ago, that was $15 million. We're looking at 2.8 all in.
Right.
And we've already got a lot of that in the roof over there.
Yeah, phase one.
Roof and science labs, I think pretty much ate that up.
Yeah, and we've got our science
I mean,
labs.
we're probably 1.1 between the science labs and the roof.
More than
Oh,
that.
no, more than that.
There's a 1.5.
900,000 and 700,000.
Yeah, so we're
Yeah,
at
so
1.6, pushing 1.7.
Yeah.
So as much as I think there's a large part of all of us that can see the benefit to this, I just don't think the money available right now is gonna get us where we would feel good about the product that we could get. That's what it comes down to.
My concern is, I don't see the demand, us needing it. I mean, it'd be nice, I agree 100%, but
Yeah.
I don't see the demand rising to that level.
And I could argue with you on the demand side.
Yeah.
I could,
You
I
know a lot more
could,
than I do. I don't.
but I don't with the money available, and I don't wanna do something that is just meh.
Well,
I just
that,
just
and
don't.
jeopardizing any concern down the road here.
I want it to be
Back up.
quality.
Exactly.
Here's an example. That auditorium, it was cut originally, all those years way back when, from that project.
Yeah,
When it finally got done, it was done with quality. A lot of quality. It's one of the best
yeah.
around. And that's where my hang up is. I'm not gonna push for something and it feel like, well, we checked the box there, we've got this extra something. I could keep going on the demand side, but I just don't think we have the dollars to hit the vision, is where I'm at.
Cause the other thing too is, you know, if we build this, you want it situated close enough to the school, because if you're gonna use it for PE classes, we can't have kids walking across the parking lot in snow and rain and whatnot, so then it's like, okay, where do we put it?
Right.
How is it semi-tied into the school that is not astronomical cost and trying to tie it in, you know, a breezeway is probably your cheapest way to go to accomplish connecting them, so.
Right.
What is this classified as? Does it have to have a state permit?
Yes. It has to have educational occupancy.
So it does have to
Yeah.
have.
Anytime you deal with students,
Yeah.
you're dealing with,
And that just adds.
Well, and not only that, if we were gonna put something like that in, I think we would, even if we didn't put restrooms in, we still should at least stub stuff in, so then that
The
way,
infrastructure in
if
place.
in 5 years you
Yeah.
wanna come back, you wanna
We do that.
build it out, you can.
And Don accounted for that.
Was that, I didn't.
Yeah, he's got
get
that
far
in
into
there.
it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just wanna make sure that if we did do something, but I don't think 12-foot ceilings are tall enough.
Exactly. See,
I think we're just.
he's
cutting our
trying
knees
to
off.
meet us where he can on trying to get this affordable, and I don't want just affordable because it's not gonna be what we all wanted. Or what our people would love to see. So,
Right. Well, and so when does the debt service come back around? Is that what?
Oh, we got another 6 years.
We did by then.
A lot could happen in 6 years.
mhm.
I mean, not that I wanna say, I mean,
Or you raise the debt rate, that's your two options. You wait 6 years or you raise your rate, that's the only options you got.
I don't think we wanna do that. You're playing with fire.
There you go.
Just my opinion, I think we're playing with fire if we do that.
Again, I go back, do we need to do it? I don't see, it'd be nice to do it. I think we're operating fairly well right now. Maybe not perfect, but you guys are doing a great job of what we got. I don't see the demand for that.
Not that I wanna do this either, but throwing out, you know, just spitballing here, do we circle back around to the original? Do we put
Bus garage?
150 grand or whatever it was into that building to get the cement masons out, and is that big enough to potentially do your electrical union thing and the cement masons out of the old bus barn, and then we can still enhance, it frees up the, you know, I don't know if we can do anything with the weight room, but maybe we enhance whatever we have there with the rest of the money. I don't know.
Would still need to turn around and build a pole barn for storage, cause that's our current storage.
That's right,
And we don't even have enough of it now, so.
right.
So my last thoughts on the matter is, at the end of the day then, what I see is something that we can just sit back, maintain a cushion. We don't have to spend this money. We have years, and we wait, and we've got a bit more comfort as we navigate SEA 1, and we start getting those year-over-year results in, less operational money coming in. And we just stand pat for now. And nobody can say we didn't try. That's for sure.
All right, anything else? Superintendent's report.
All right.
Oh, you got 2 pages.
There we go. Yeah, had to go 2 pages. So, yeah, I did get some pictures, from, Coach Clifford today out of St. Louis,
So that,
from the high school robotics team. Worked out kinda nice, having, one of the participants connected to Charlie Adams. He's keeping the town updated here locally, doing a good job with that, so a little thank you to him. I will, tomorrow after school, after Christy's done teaching, we're gonna take off and go to St. Louis and see them on Thursday and Friday. So, just so you know what I'm doing there. Next item, I had emailed you out, a nice little, anytime you get some good data to share, it's nice to shine a light on that. And this study done by the economist at Ball State, he does a lot of work in the educational realm, Michael Hicks. So he did a study with a co-author and accounted for demographics, poverty level, free and reduced, some of those socioeconomic things that we've, in our careers, we've all known have an impact. And he's extrapolated that information and came up with a value added metric, or the opposite. And we have a slight amount of value added, but it is growing. Over the last 3 years, from 22 to 25, we are in the top 10 of increasing our value added. So basically think of it in terms of our ability to overcome some of our limiting factors, so to speak. So that was nice to see that.
Can you email that to us?
I did. I'm sure I did that one.
I didn't see that one.
I don't remember.
Well, it was in the board, it was in the ISBA email is where I first came across that.
I
Okay.
didn't read the ISB emails.
Yeah, we've got to have an email issue of some sort going on.
I'll just keep track.
Yeah.
Was that just recently? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice. You got my wellness plan update. Well, anyways.
Well, would you please
I will.
email it again?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Anyhow, then this, so you know, this Saturday is the Stark Tank competition sponsored by the Economic Development Foundation. We are hosting that once again in our auditorium. In addition to, and you've got a flyer there, I gave you each a flyer. So added to the adult business competition this year, our business classes. So NJSP's high school business class is going head to head with Oregon Davis's business class, kind of a student competition, Stark Tank style. We already talked a little bit about Friday night's BMX event, and that elementary did a great job with that. Angie let me know that our 8th graders are touring PNW and Ivy Tech on Friday, so they're getting a field trip in to see some college campuses. We've got a 4th grade field trip to BizTown. This is part of Junior Achievement. We have two choices on attending that. They're both in the Eastern time zone. It's either Elkhart or Lafayette. So they're going to Elkhart. Elementary Field Day is on May 15. And then the next slide, I think this is all high school stuff, so I copied and pasted Brian's from the high school. Academic Super Bowl, our HNAC math competition, you can see all the dates there. We've got our building trades luncheon coming up. You've got the date for prom there at Sandy Pines, National Honor Society senior dinner, and then he gave the date for the Academic Super Bowl state finals. And that was all that I had.
How's the Cement Masons thing doing? Out of
Doing well.
curiosity? Did your meeting go well with the other school? Did we gain anybody?
We've got 4 to 6 coming from Culver. We had our county meeting this week, our North Judson Knox OD, we get together once a month for special ed, vocational, and they are, both OD and Knox are confirming that their guidance department is pushing this for us, but we like the look of our numbers for next year. We'll be, if we're not at break even for that program, we'll be really close. So that's a good thing.
I see the town put the total in for their sign. Have they reached out to you or anybody about?
No, I've been looking at that, I don't.
assume that's what that is.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
roundhouse.
I see the,
Okay. I
what.
was gonna go to the meeting last night, so I was out of town and didn't make it back in time.
I was as well, I wasn't able to make it, but I saw that poll in there and so I don't know anything about what sign is supposed to be on there.
Guess they're gonna have to hurry.
Yeah. What's the sign for?
I think it's just an informational sign.
Okay.
Just like a welcome to North Judson type deal.
Field.
Yeah, so it's got,
event or-
it's
oh,
it's
events, maybe.
concreted in, it's got electric ran.
Another thing, I don't know if you guys seen it, they posted a picture on Facebook, but the cement mason thing helped, I think, the building trades
They did,
over at Culver, build the dugouts. and stuff
did their
there.
baseball dugouts.
So,
Yep. So that was their first project, and then Doug and I connected them, there's gonna be a project with the town that's coming up, so he's got that on his radar. He was bragging about, 2 of his juniors who are really doing well, he'll have them back next year, and then they can really continue to do some more projects too.
I will go up and see Joe in the morning, because they're gonna have to get moving, because school's gonna be out. Do they have anything else, are they done in Culver, whatever they were doing in
Yeah,
Culver?
yeah,
So-
that project's done.
So they are available?
Yeah, they would be available.
Okay.
So is that what, that sign is
I'm
what?
assuming is what they wanted the
Okay.
column built up with
Okay.
Fieldstone.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're ready for that.
Okay.
question, so that just, maybe a dumb question, but with the sidewalk thing, if we're gonna be working out here in front of the school, is that an opportunity for that group to
Warner.
Watch
Put
and
it in.
learn, or?
watch, learn,
Yeah.
do a section of it?
I don't even
That'll
know
be-
when that's getting done.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I don't
It
know.
may not be till next year.
I got you. Well, I mean, even if it is
Yeah.
next
Right.
year, but they could,
Possibly.
I'm sure they probably can't put in the ADA ramps, because I think you have to be licensed if I'm not mistaken, but, I mean, all the flat, straight runs of sidewalk, I
Yeah.
think that they
Yeah.
could, especially if we're getting up.
Bad night for the golf course.
Might wanna mention, if you're gonna see Joe tomorrow,
Like a drill.
all this application is great. We're working it, I don't know.
Maybe-
I don't
Maybe-
know, I don't even remember who's doing their work.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if they bid it out yet or
But
not,
I'm
or
pretty sure it was next, I think it was 27.
if they have, maybe that's an opportunity that, instead of paying the contractor, they can pay the school.
Yeah, the other,
A donation to the school, I should say, not pay the school.
slave with
talk to Joe,
Right.
let Joe know, I've been on to my second and third wood carver for that project that more than a year ago, we were all on board with, the town and us, for that tree at the head of the cross-country trail. I can't get anybody, I'm sure with that talent, those guys are real busy, but I can't get an email back, a phone call, so.
me, I'm at the next notes here. Keith Ezra had 3 trees carved into wooden soldiers
Oh, yeah?
in his backyard.
Oh, right across.
So that's gotta be something.
Yeah, I see them when I go running.
So maybe I'll ask him who did his, and maybe you can reach out
That'd
to
be
them
great,
and see if
yeah.
it's something they'd be interested in. Okay. You got anything else?
I don't.
Are you moving on? I just,
No, go ahead.
I didn't have the agenda, what's the next one?
Old business.
I guess it would be here, I can ask it. So I was approached by some members of the Midfest community.
Mhm.
They couldn't be here tonight because of other obligations, but they are trying to bring, helicopter rides for the Mint Festival.
Uh-huh.
So they were reaching out about potentially utilizing some more grass space, either back here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're gonna do it up there because of the car show, but some grass area out here somewhere, because I know they got the tractors and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff that they're
Yeah.
trying to do. And maybe it's the asphalt parking lot back here. I don't know. They just asked if it was an opportunity.
Yeah.
The helicopter, the vendor that they have has they carry all the liability insurance,
Sure.
all that stuff. It's really just, they need a space to conduct business.
Shouldn't be a
So
problem. I confirmed with Brian Ventica that the tractors are gonna be in the same place right out here, and that worked good, he said last year. So I would think there's plenty of grass up this way, or there's the middle school
fine.
practice football field.
Do they fill out a facility use form?
Yeah, Christine Alexander comes in and is doing a good job of making sure we've got all that on file.
They line the bed backs in the grass, right?
Yeah, right back here.
Yeah, there's a one
Yep.
for there.
Yeah, so it's another thing they're trying to help grow the
It's good.
Mint Festival, so sit down. I think that'd be a problem.
Yeah, what was the other one that just called me? Oh, a bus ride, when I told, out to, Waffle Farm, I believe. That's happened in the past, I said, that's not a problem. That's not, we can accommodate that for the Mint Festival.
Have we had any luck with the light out here?
Is it not on?
I don't know.
They replaced
Yeah,
it.
I
it's-
haven't been by here at night.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Nick replaced it.
It should be,
They all replaced it.
it better be lit up.
I hope it's lit up, we go, I promise they.
Because they replaced it quick after, yeah.
They waited till it wasn't windy and got the lift out, and went up there and replaced it.
So then the other thing, I guess this is okay, I gave you guys the copies of Kelly's evaluation. Can you set us a executive session for next
Yep.
month, which
May
would be the 12th?
Yep.
And then I suppose we'll discuss at that session your stuff, and then you might as well, have to go on the agenda for your contract approval or denial, extension, re-up, so you can put that on
Okay.
the agenda for May,
Correct.
because his expires June 1st.
So,
Oh, it is June first.
That was July. I think
It's June, it's June 30.
Oh,
Right, which,
Yeah, so it ends June 30.
We can do it in June.
It starts July.
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll have the executive session next month, and then you can,
Exactly.
and
That's
then
it.
you'll know what you can put up.
Cause
I
in
don't
the
know why I was
past,
thinking
it's
June
always,
Yeah.
Everything's July 1st, isn't it?
yeah, cause always the June meeting, that's when you always see salaries, and in the past, we always put the superintendent on that as well.
So life, I think, is fixed. Do your evaluations.
Is
Executive
that
session.
executive's at 5:30?
Yes.
5:30 is enough time, right? Okay. That's what we've been doing.
In case you forget, I can
Yeah.
tell Carly.
That's right. Hey, I'm including her in the email right now.
And anybody objects or you object, we'll do 20 minutes of that 30 without you, just the
Okay.
board.
Yeah.
And then you
That's
can
perfect.
come in for the last 10 minutes.
Sure.
And I even did some homework before I came here to make
Well-
sure that that's legal for us to meet without you. And
Yes,
it is absolutely highly recommended when it's pertaining to your contract that
Yes.
we do meet.
that's exactly the process.
Okay,
And
so 20 minutes of that will be by ourselves.
I think, isn't the business manager, is he supposed to be in that though?
Now, we can meet by ourselves
Okay.
to discuss the superintendent contract.
Gotcha.
That's right. All right, we will get that posted.
Any other business? Anything else? No? You guys have anything? Guys and gal?
I keep hearing about the school lunch being terrible, so you wanna speak up or no? I put him on the spot. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
6:57.
The hot dog was pretty good today, so I don't really think they're gonna take off at school.
No, I got too many clothes on.
I started sweating.
Can't remember.